It's been said that the church is filled with more sheep and mules. Sheep that simply follow along and mules that work hard but don't reproduce themselves. I'm Dr. Dan Middlebrooks, and welcome to the Tips of Triumph. It is a calling for us to be courageous as we work through this particular acronym. And today we're on tip number 9, and the E in courageous stands for equip and empower others around you. It's all about what we're willing to pour into others rather than just what we want to do ourselves. There's an old saying that goes, if you want something done right, do it yourself. But my friends, if you want something that's going to be done sustainably and continually, train others to be able to do it. And that is the encouragement for all of us as chaplains. It's not just what we do, but how are we equipping and empowering others to be able to do it as well. That's why the Chaplaincy Care Academy is so important for me, because I want to be able to train future chaplains like you that's going to be able to take up that mantle and to be able to do extraordinary things just because of the foundation that you have been able to have and the lessons that you have been able to learn, not just by me, but by life itself. But the greatest lesson that I want to make sure that you know, it's not about the abilities that you have, but the trainability of others around you that are simply seeking to know what it is that you know. And that's what we're going to be looking at today. Really, if you're going to optimize your ministry, if you're going to be able to take it really to the next level, I want you to realize that there is a difference between equipping and enabling. Equipping in that empowering part, and enabling. Let me go through a couple of things right here as I was writing down some thoughts about the difference between the two. In equipping trains others to work. In enabling, it just trains people to wait. Equipping takes the initiative, empowering others to be able to do more because they're going to take the steps. Enabling simply lacks the initiative. They're going to wait about, you're going to tell me what to do. What do I do next? So they're simply going to wait. Equipping goes further than expected. Enabling goes backwards, and that's not what you want. Equipping will learn to train others, whereas in enabling, they lack the training even themselves. Ultimately, you can put it this way. Equipping can be summarized in 2 words. I can. You can. Enabling simply says, I can't. I remember an old saying that can't never could, won't never would, but can always will. And that's what you want to be able to start pouring into the lives of those around you, to teach them to be able to do it exactly in the same way. Here is a step by which I try to do that, and it's really sort of a 5-step way that I approach when I'm trying to equip and empower others in the different areas that I want to be able to train them to grow them in. And it's about, let's take it as an example of a training program. If I'm about to do a presentation on suicide prevention or stress management or something, this is what I may do is, I'll bring chaplains along with me, because the first thing I want them to do is I want them to watch me do it. Secondly, I want them to help me do it. Third, I want to watch you do it. Fourth, go do it. But then fifth, train someone to do it. Do you see how that works? It begins by a heart that is teachable and moldable and usable. But as what we learn, we need to be able to magnify that by learning and pouring it into the lives of someone else. John Maxwell says this: we teach what we know, but we reproduce who we are. Are we going to be mules in the ministry? Hardworking, but we don't reproduce ourselves? Or are we going to be those that equip and empower others around us, an army of God around us, to be able to do exceedingly, abundantly more than we thought possible? When you take the time to invest in people, that investment is going to bring back an incredible dividends, because the desire of all teachers is that the student will surpass the teacher and do greater things. Wow. What an incredible legacy that we live. But what a powerful one we can leave if we simply teach others to be able to pick up the mantle of ministry when we need to step away. Build the bench. We talked about that in optimizing and prioritizing. But when you build the bench, in the end, the bench will be the blessing. Hey, thanks for joining me today on the Tip of Triumph. And I always encourage you, live according to Joshua's was called. Be courageous. And in doing so, God will use you in greater ways, but he will teach you how to teach others to do exceedingly more in that ministry. God bless you as you go into this day, and may God's grace continue to sustain you as he uses his power of grace through you to touch the lives of those in your pathway. God bless you as you go.